Summer on a job site with zero AC is just absolutely brutal. DeWalt just recently dropped something that I've never seen before in their product line. Imagine a cooler that blows air, that holds your cold drinks, charges your phone or other USB devices like a speaker or something, and it also runs off of a 20-volt battery. It's called the DeWalt 20V Max Portable Air Cooler. This product you can buy currently at Home Depot and Lowe's, big box stores. I do think that there's other stores that have this available, but I think depending on your area, you can go check it out. 300 bucks. $2.99. The question that I hope to answer for you, is it worth that $2.99 price point? I'm gonna unbox it, tell you everything that you get in it and what you don't get in it, and also get some hands-on experience. I'll hopefully give you enough information within this video so you can decide that for yourself, but also I'll make sure to give my honest review and opinion of this product. So, let's get into it. Looks like we have a user manual, instruction manual, a quick startup guide. It actually recommends use cases of job sites, garage, camping, fishing outdoors, sporting events, backyard gatherings, camper, RV. I can also see a use case where if you're a vendor, you're selling at like markets or something, this could be potentially useful as well. So let's crack it open. It's literally a cooler with a piece of cardboard on it. You can find this product down below in the YouTube shopping as well as the description. So let's go through the things that come with the cooler first. As I open it up, you have two of these same length hoses, and then you have a little guy, a split of some type, some sort of attachment, and then you have the big ice pack. It is that shape because it fits the cooler better. This is a 20-volt portable air cooler, so the one thing it doesn't come with is an actual battery. I have my own 20-volt battery from DeWalt, so if you're not already in the DeWalt ecosystem as far as tools go, this product actually is immediately much more expensive than just $2.99 because you have to go out and buy a 20-volt battery. Okay, so let's talk about first impressions. I think first things first, the handles off to the side, that's a nice touch. They're huge handles, but it is just a hard plastic, but those aren't flimsy. The handle off to the side as well, for you to wheel around on your job sites, that feels like a little bit of a nice rubber grip. And if you were to drop that, there's a little bit of plastic that kind of protects that cooler. It doesn't feel like a cheap handle, to be honest. It feels like a DeWalt product would feel. This is the typical DeWalt. This is a bright yellow cooler with the black DeWalt badging. It is on both sides, so it is on that side as well as the other. I think something else that's really nice is you have this 20-volt cover that is clear to see if your battery's in there or not. This is the thing that's going to protect your battery from the elements. I am curious to see if there is going to be rain, how much of that will get in, but otherwise there's that nice kind of satisfying click as well. Features on the top, you have two cup holders. We'll test that out in a second. There's a little knob here that has 0, 1, 2, 3. You can turn that. It actually feels like it's there's a little bit of resistance on the knob, so that feels like it's a little bit more higher quality, as well as a power button for the actual USB-C that's going to be right here. So that's really nice. You're going to be able to control when that thing is powering whatever. And you also have a little bit of a lip here. It looks like it could probably hold your phone if you want to have any type of display. I wouldn't imagine anything other than your phone here. We'll set that down really quick. Yeah, so it's perfect. I imagine like you're at a job site and you're taking your break, you're eating your sandwich or whatever it is, and you want to get updates on the latest game, like a bunch of you just like hunkered down. It's actually pretty perfect for that. Outside of that, I'm gonna flip this around here. You will see this LED display, and then you will also see that this is where the air comes out. One thing to note is this lever right here up front, like when you pull this, it does snug it down nice and tight, and it is kind of like, it gives that nice snap. You'll see here the hinges actually on the back, they are a hard plastic. They are also DeWalt badge. I don't know if you can see that. As you open this up, there's like these handles right here. There's a little cutout, which is super nice. Let me see if I can show you this. But it makes it really easy. If you want something, you can just slip your hand up there and just, you know, grab it really quick. There's no like, oh, I need to open this up, right? When you do open this up, it's a soft open. That's nice. So this is a little cutout for where your battery goes, and this is where the fan is. And then when I shut it, there's a little bit of a resistance to get past that hydraulic, but then it just kind of drops down. So it's not a soft close. I'll lock this up and then show you some things at the bottom. You'll see these little rubber feet, the two on the end here. I would have assumed that these wheels would have been a little bit bigger, especially if you're going through a job site with like large rocks or sand or something, but I haven't tested it out. I will do that in a second. But other than that, it's just all solid plastic at the bottom. There is a drain plug also here at the bottom, which is really nice. It's just a pole. I'm actually gonna go take this, fill it up with water, and then freeze it, and then dump some ice in here for some actual demonstration. One note, this is a half-gallon ice pack, so don't fill it up further than this top ridge, I believe. And then I think a little trick that actually calls out in the instruction manual is if you take a 1/4 cup of salt and pour it into this, not directly in the cooler. If you pour it in the cooler, that can start to mess up your cooler over time. But pour a 1/4 cup of salt into this actual ice pack, then fill it up with a 1/2 gallon of water, and then freeze it. You should be good to go. Essentially, I'm gonna take this guy, I'm gonna put it inside of this cooler, set it at the bottom, and then dump a whole bunch of ice into it. The instruction manual said that this holds about 33 pounds of ice. So this is a 32 quart capacity, I believe. Someone can check me if I'm wrong on that as far as the links down below in the description. Think of this as like, if you just want to use it as a cooler, that's a decent amount of time at a market, if you're a vendor, at a tailgate party or a backyard party or a grill or something. If you're out fishing, like that's great. I think you could probably easily fit like 30 cans of your favorite beverage in here, depending on the size of the can. But I'm gonna get some ice in this and get it going. I have 5 bags of 8 pounds to see what the capacity really is for this cooler. So let's try it. One thing you also wanna do is make sure that this plug is fully in all the way before you put in any ice. Okay, I would say that's pretty full. That is to the brim. Now you have to take into account this little section for the battery and then this little section for the fan. So 4 bags, it doesn't quite fit all of it. So take some ice out. So I removed some ice, moved some stuff out of the way for these boxes. So just the ice itself, if you just want cold air and the only purpose is to cool something off while you're in a garage, job site, if you're in a canopy or something, plan for about 30 pounds of ice. But if you have other things you want to put in there, say like, you know, cold drinks, frozen ice packs, or other frozen things, obviously you'll need to remove some of the ice in order to make room for those things. So at this point, I'd probably say it's, I don't know, 45 pounds maybe, when it's completely full of ice. I'm gonna take this and spin it around really quick. You can see here that this is actually closed all the time. It only opens when you actually have something pushing on it. So I don't know, that could be a nice feature, but this attachment right here, it looks like a little bit of a funnel. In the plastic itself, in the middle, there's 2 little pieces that's going to push this open because this stays shut all the time. So that's a nice default feature to make sure that things stay cool. But while that is shut, I'm gonna take this and just gonna snap this on. You put it on there and just like you would a shop vac. And there's not really a right way or wrong way. It's universal. But when it is on, it kind of feels like it's not, like it's a little wiggly, but for the most part, like that's on there, that's not going anywhere. I'm gonna take this little guy because there's actually a specific size for each of these. So you can shape this however you want. It could be an S, it could just be elongated a little bit. Looks like it's a little over 12 inches, maybe close to 16. But you set this on here and it's just gonna fit right snug inside. You can angle that up. And then if you want to direct this airflow to multiple places, I'm gonna take this attachment, it is the Y attachment, and you're gonna slip this one in here, and then that's where the other 2 attachments can actually go on to. So I'll move this a little bit, and you can slip those on here. So you can see, like, fully retracted, it kind of looks like a silly contraption, to be honest, like this weird alien machine. But let me do some measurements for you really quick. This hose, it's 7 inches long. When I have it fully extended, it is going to measure 16 inches long. When you extend that, that's actually really smooth. The accordion, I know there's some things that it can feel really flimsy, but when you want to angle this a certain way, it's gonna stay that way. As far as these long ones go, they measure just under 17 inches. Looks like 16 3/4 when it's fully retracted. But then when you have it fully extended, it's kind of bending a little bit, but I believe it's just under 52 inches, maybe 53. And again, like, if you want to shape it to anything you want, this can twist off. It's threaded, so you don't have to worry about it actually just breaking and then you're just out a hose. But, so I took this off, you find the right spot, extend it out all the way, line it up, and you just twist it back on. So if you extend in this and you pull too hard and this guy just like flies off, don't throw it away, you didn't break it, you just thread it back on. We have here a Yeti that is a 20 ounce and it fits that perfectly. There's a little bit of a give there, a little bit of wiggle room, but it's not gonna fit anything that's massive or oversized, like those wider camping mugs. That's not gonna go in here. So now let's put a battery in it. let's test it. And to start it up, you just need to turn this little switch right here. So there's a 1. LED light display will come on. Actually was playing with it a little bit earlier, but it already reads 52.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Take this USB-C, plug this in and see if it will charge my phone. Currently does not charge my phone, but if I turn it on, nice. So this power button right here completely controls this USB outlet. This is actually displaying the temperature that is inside. The whole area around the actual attachment is cool because it's pumping out that cool air, but there's no like leaks. It really is all focused out of this hose. So really, while this is on, you want to make sure that the air is not obstructed. I can actually hear the fan struggle a little bit if I do that. So air needs to flow out, it needs to be pushing that somewhere. And if you don't want the fan, just make sure that that switch or this knob is off. Okay, let's run through some features on this really quick. So the knob, there's 3 different speeds. 0 is off, you just turn it to 1, 2, or 3, and then the airflow will be coming out according to what level you're at. So then on this side, if you turn on the air cooler, so it is pumping out air, you can turn on, there's a water pump feature here. That's gonna help keep everything cool. This water pump actually doesn't activate unless the fan is on and the air is flowing. The airflow that this pumps out at the highest setting, I believe is just under 18 miles an hour. It's like 17.9 or something. And also the decibels that this is going to be operating at is less than 60 decibels. So it's pretty quiet. And on a full charge for the 20-volt battery, you're looking at about 2 hours of runtime straight if it's just pumping out that cold air. But a couple things to call out with this specific cooler. So this is, I think, just under 24 pounds when it's completely empty. So you can imagine adding in 30 pounds of ice, you're already looking at 50 pounds of weight hauling around, not including any drinks or food or any type of other ice packs that you want. One thing I did think of is if the air is being pushed out, where's the air coming in from? There's no place on here that I saw that there's like a port where the air is actually being sucked into. So I'm gonna flip this around. The airflow is actually coming in through these handles. So I'm gonna open this up right here. And this is slanted just enough that these handles really just cover it. There's not an entire seal, so this is where the air is coming into. It's going off of the top of your ice or whatever you have here. That's why it actually says in the instructions that if you have your ice pack and you put that at the bottom and then you put your ice on top of that, the ice pack is actually keeping the ice nice and cold, especially if you put a little bit of salt in that ice pack and get that all frozen up. So that's cold, and then the ice is sitting on top of that. You do want to make sure that your handles are not obstructed by any means, that you have room in your cooler for this little cutout for the battery as well as this fan. And then the water pump is actually right here, making sure everything stays cool. So let's shut this, go outside and test it out. So I wheeled it over some rocks and then also some grass just to get some diversity of terrain. Removed the smaller hose and attached the longer one just because it was just me. While I was outside, it was about 74 degrees and I would get some random bursts of warm air. And sometimes I wouldn't be able to feel how cold the air actually was because it was being carried away by that warm breeze. Unless I got really close to the end of the hose. Being able to manipulate the hose in a way that it can stay the shape that you put it, that's also a nice touch. I also wanted to attach both of the hoses to see how much of the air pressure I would lose if they were both going at the same time. While it looks crazy, there is a little bit of a drop that you can notice. All that said, this cooler does a good job at keeping you cool. Let's first talk about the batteries. I'm gonna take this out and show you really quick that this battery that I'm using is a 20 volt max 5 amp hour. So there's a bunch of different sizes as far as amp hours go. So there's a 2, there's a 5, I think there's an 8 now. So depending on the size of the battery that you get, that's going to prolong the battery life of this air cooler and how long it goes for. But I had this battery full charge and I already ran it for probably about 30 minutes just testing on and off camera, and it is still at full battery. There's still 3 bars there. So I can imagine that the claim that DeWalt makes that this does run over 120 minutes, depending on the battery size that you have, I would assume that the 5 amp hour is going to be a pretty safe bet to get you to that 2 hour mark. But if you need to go beyond that 2 hour mark, I would make sure that you have plenty of DeWalt batteries to stretch you throughout the day. And on that note, that's where this item can get really expensive. While marked at $299, if you're already in the DeWalt ecosystem and you're gonna go out tailgating or camping, or you're gonna be at a street market or something for a good amount of time, I would make sure that you take your 20 volt max batteries so you have plenty of life with this. Second thing to note is the USB-C power cord cover. When I first opened this up, I felt like it was pretty sturdy and it's gonna seal again, but every time I tried to recover it, it actually is kind of a pain. You gotta get the bottom in there first, and then once you get that situated in there, then you can get everything else. And if you don't, it's actually gonna stick up a little bit. The one thing that I have found is the more that I use it wheeling around in grass or gravel or dirt or something, this little guy, any type of vibration will actually slowly make that thing pop up. So if you're at a job site that starts to rain, you really need to make sure that that cover stays down and it doesn't ruin that USB-C port. The other thing that would be really nice to see on a battery is actually if you saw the indicator for this battery at what life you have left on the battery. Right now, I have to take it out, look to see, flip it on, and see that there's still 3 bars there. So that is facing down. And I get why they did it this way, so the button is on the top and you can just push that and pull it out really quick and easily replace it. But if there was an indicator somewhere within this battery unit that would actually show how much battery life is there, you could then plan a little bit better. And just for the heck of it, let's see how waterproof it is. So there is a little bit of water that came in here. So it's not completely waterproof. However, this is elevated so that the water actually has to build up quite a bit, and at that point it's already draining off. So I don't think there's ever gonna be water actually filling in your battery and ruining it. But do know that this, without some sort of seal or rubber gasket, it's not gonna be entirely waterproof. One thing to note is when you have an attachment like this on here and you are going over uneven ground, this is gonna jump up and down enough that this potentially could fall off, so keep an eye on that. So I'm gonna crack this open for the first time and see how much ice has melted. It's pretty good. I would bet that you're gonna drain your battery if you're using this full blast for 2 hours well before your ice melts. And at that point, it's still a win-win because it's still a cooler. The other thing to know is how quiet this is. I don't have one of those formal decibel readers that I could put right in front of it, but I could easily have a conversation at normal talking length when I'm running this at full blast. It kind of gives vibes of like their Stealth Sonic shop vacuum. If you haven't seen that video that I do, go check that one out. The other thing that's nice that I didn't call out is with the phone charger, the USB-C, I plugged mine in and it actually was fast charging. So I'm gonna give you the quick and dirty summary, pros and cons of this air cooler. First pro, it runs on a DeWalt battery. If you're in the ecosystem, it's great, it's a win-win. It really is the cost of $2.99 just for the tool. Second is you have both your hands in cookie jars. One cookie jar is you actually have a cooler that is keeping things cold, beverages, whatever else at like an outside party, tailgate, or etc. Second is you get a portable air conditioning unit. Charging your phone. This USB-C port is nice, it's convenient, it fast charges your phone, as well as this phone holder where if you want to watch a game or something while you're taking a break while you're on a job site, it's perfect. Fourth, the build quality of this truly says DeWalt. Now some things I don't love. While I was out in my yard, there was a little bit of a breeze. When I had this cooler on full blast, you could feel the cold air coming, but I had to stay anywhere from like 3 to 7 inches within the hose in order to feel that cold air. So if you're at a job site and it's really, really hot, try to place this cooler in like a non-wind shade area, and the amount of cold air that I bet that you're going to get from this as far as pressure and temperature will be maximized greatly. Otherwise, if you're out in the open and the sun is just beating down on this cooler or beating on you and there's a little bit of a breeze there, you're gonna have to get really close to this thing in order to make sure that you get that cooling effect. The other thing that's kind of a downer is how these hoses don't necessarily lock into place. While I was moving around on some rocks, this thing actually came loose quite a few times. Otherwise, like a carrying case or something would be nice, but if you're tailgating, you just toss all this in the back of your truck and you're good to go. The last thing that I think DeWalt could improve a little bit is the seal of the USB-C port, so when you actually push that back down, it stays down. The other two places that would be nice potentially for a seal is this battery cover. Right now it's just a plastic gap right now that this plastic case just kind of fits right into, but if there was a gasket, a rubber gasket that lined that, that would hopefully protect the battery a little bit more and give you a little bit more of a peace of mind. And then the last place that I think could be interesting for a seal to see if it makes any difference is around the inside of the actual cooler. If you had a gasket that lines everything around here outside of these vents. I did forget one thing. This hydraulic is actually really, really nice to have. That is a nice touch, and that says Premium DeWalt. And there you have it. If you like this unboxing and review of this specific DeWalt 20V Max air cooler, go ahead down below, check this product out. It is being sold right now at Lowe's and I think Home Depot. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can do so down below as well. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future project or review videos that I have coming up. And once again, thank you so much for checking out today's video, and we'll see you next time.